Here's my breakdown of the film Spider-Man No Way Home. Spoilers beware, but I mean, if you haven't seen the movie yet, it's Monday. A lot of people I know haven't seen it yet. They're like, oh, every time I ask them, oh, I'm gonna see it next week. Oh, like, how can you wait a week to see one of the biggest movies ever to come out, biggest Marvel movie ever to come out? Now, when Endgame came out, people were seeing it that Thursday, that opening day, or Friday that weekend. Like, it's the similar kind of deal. But let's get into it. My initial review was 50 out of 10. I didn't give it a 10 out of 10. It wasn't worthy enough. I gave it a 50 out of 10. That rating, 10 out of 10, just doesn't do this movie justice. This movie exceeded all the expectations that anybody ever had for it. Now, the cameos in this movie, the people that the Marvel introduced into the MCU in this movie, Daredevil. In the comics, Daredevil was Spider-Man's lawyer when he faced cases about everybody finding him out as Peter Parker. Now, this was the right time to bring in Daredevil. Him catching the brick. I guess I'm just a really good lawyer. I love that line. That was beautiful. Had the whole theater going crazy. And that just started off how good this movie was going to be. And then all three of the Spider-Mans delivered. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield. Now, out of the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, I think Andrew Garfield had the better performance. I think how he was the bigger brother to Tom Holland. How, like, we would see them together. Andrew Garfield gave the best advice. He was there for him. Him catching Mary Jane when she fell because he didn't catch Gwen Stacy. That was another part that had the whole theater going crazy. Had me going crazy. I still lost my voice from that movie. But Tobey Maguire also delivered as well, looking like the cool youth pastor. I think that quote in this movie is so hilarious. But Tobey Maguire provided that bigger brother. I think just Andrew Garfield was more involved with Tom Holland, telling him. And when he was explaining, you are going through this with Aunt May passing, but I went through the same thing with Gwen Stacy. I wasn't able to forgive myself. I think him talking about him losing Gwen Stacy was very sentimental. I think the whole crowd, the whole theater felt that part. And I think I think they can do so much more. The Sony can do so much more with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man going down the road rather than Tom Holland, because his back is hurting, He had to get his back cracked in the film. It's getting a little older, but Tobey Maguire coming in the film, I think was better than Andrew Garfield's entrance. Because, everybody loves Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. That part, that just hit the fans different. But I just seeing all three of them in the film just didn't feel real. Because we all anticipated them being in the film, rumors and all that. But when they were in the film, icing on the cake. And the villains, William Dafoe, he might go down as one of the best comic book villains ever. Heath Ledger, I gotta give him first. But William Dafoe, how he portrayed this Green Goblin character in the first film we thought it wouldn't be topped. But then he came back in this third film, and he was even better, I think, throwing Tom Holland through 15 story floors. And then just all of his dialogue, he was destined to get Tom Holland to face some adversity. He had plans for Tom Holland. He wanted to bring the whole purpose in this film was violence. That's all he wanted to bring. And that's just what made his character so much greater. I just loved William Dafoe. He even did all of his stunts. He was perfect. Dr. Octopus, he had smaller roles in this film, but every time he was in the film, it was impactful. I loved how the director gave each of these villains backstories. So when you go back and watch the other Spider-Mans, you can really enjoy them that much more because you see what they're going through. Electro, each one of these people wanted to be fixed. Wanted to get Green Goblin come into Aunt May's shop, talking to Tom Holland, trying to get fixed. That was like that beginning. I liked how they tied that together. Some very key going in, like, what is gonna happen with the Marvel universe? Because everything set up is for this Marvel cinematic. When Doctor Strange's spell breaks because of the Green Goblin putting the bomb into it, you see some of those characters in the cracks. Now, Crave the Hunter was in there. Rhino, a very more accurate suit for Rhino. And Mysterio. So that makes you think when that opens, these are going to be new characters. Sinister Six is going to be come back, I think, again. Miles Morales, all these. Sony did so many good things with this film that there are so many things they could do more with the next films. Really excited for that. Now, the end credits. I think Venom, now him being transported was because of Doctor Strange's spell. Everybody that knows Spider-Man, that was reversed. Because his symbiote was the same one as the Topher Grace in the first Spider-Man 3. That was the same symbiote as in this film, so that's why he already knew who Spider-Man was. So he was reversed, went back, but that last piece of Venom, that part was stuck in the MCU. So that makes you think. Now, what Venom are we gonna get in Tom Holland's universe? Now, I think Flash Thompson, he was another guy that delivered small roles, but just him being so funny, him saying, "Oh, I'm Spider-Man's best friend," all this stuff. Like, his parts were funny as hell. But I think now that I think him being Agent Venom, I don't know if he's going to be a good Agent Venom, because I think the one in Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's universe, I think those are better guys to be Agent Venom. But when you saw him pop up on the screen, it said a rider, a soldier. It said something about hero or something. So that makes you think, will he get set up in the military and then be introduced to the Venom? Or will Tom Holland get a piece of the Venom stuck on him? Which that could possibly set up the Secret Wars movie with Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom, where all these people get put into a battlefield and have to fight it out. Now, there's just so many things. Hey, when will Miles Morales be introduced? I'm just so excited for what they have next. My review was 50 out of 10. I could even go 100 out of 10. I'm probably going to see it one more time. And if you haven't seen it yet, please go see it. I don't know how long you can avoid the spoilers anymore. My whole TikTok feed is all three of them in the same scene. Like, people are posting scenes. People are spoiling it. You deserve the electric chair, no offense, but I mean it. As always, this is Huff's Film Review. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.